Maria here from BeFabBU.com, and I'm super excited to do this live video because I have something really important to share with you today. Well, first of all, I'm calling all the women concerned about their consequences of poor bone health and osteoporosis. And I'm also calling all the men who have wonderful women in their lives, which is probably most men. And I want you to listen up here because this is important. So, you know, what happens when we're kind of have this fears about bone density, osteoporosis? We're actually fearing fractures, loss of independence, immobility, depression, and even disability. And nobody, men or women, want to have that. But today I'm talking specifically with women because this is the crowd that I want to kind of talk to today. So, you know, first of all, I want you to know that, or maybe you didn't know that most women, if you're like most women, after the age of 35, we start losing about up to 1% of bone mass every year. Yes, up to 1%. And sometimes can be greater than that depending on your background, right? The weaker bones that we have start also impacting our balance, which increases the risk of us falling. And you know, the problem is with that is, another statistics is 90% of the hip fractures that happen are a result of falling. And 75% of those people who fall and actually have a hip fracture, they actually were unaware that they had osteoporosis. And this is a big problem, folks, because also about 40% of the hip fractures, you know, patients with the age of 50 and above, they will require nursing home care, and about more than a quarter of those individuals actually die within a year. Okay, so this is a serious problem. And some people might be thinking, well, why should I care about that? You know, I feel great and I'm young, Maria. Well, I'm not talking only about, you know, to the women who are in their 40s and 50s and 60s. I'm talking to the young folks as well, simply because, you know, osteoporosis and bone density is impacted by multiple things. It's not only a disease of the old people, and we think about it as only the old people, but it's not, folks. You know, it's a silent disease because, you know, what happens is you go on with life until you break a bone, right? And then once you break a bone, the tendency to breaking more bones are actually increased. And also, what is also key, especially with the young folks these days, is, you know, look, we build the bone mass and the health of our bones in peaks of bone density and bone mass about 25 to 35 years old, right? So, and that is a consequence also, the health of those bones based on the nutrition and lifestyle choices. So if you think back, if you're a young individual, you know, I'm saying young, 20s and 30s, and you're not thinking about, you know, bone density, osteoporosis and falling and all that kind of stuff, I want you to think about your, you know, your childhood nutrition and the choices that you were given, you know, when we were kids and don't have any other options, and then the choices you're making today as an adult, because this will impact the bone health. So I'm here, you know, because I am actually, you know, part of my business and my passion is to help, you know, women and men, but especially women in the areas that is, you know, in exercise and strength and mindset, and also the coaching and nutrition and all that. But what I see a lot in women around, especially, you know, after 40s, 50s, and 60s, you know, they're simply not doing enough for themselves to care for their bone health and for their health in general, right? Through movement. And I believe on intentional movement, meaning that you move for intention of bring something else to your life. Because no matter what we do with movement, if we be intentional, there is a purpose. So it's not only the walk, right? It is not only to do something overhead, but it's also there is other abilities that allow us to do, you know, when we do certain movements. And today, what do I see? Women going for their walks, walking their dog. And I'm not saying anything bad about walking the dog and just the walks. I'm just saying that this is not, you know, ideal also for bone health. We need certain impact. We need to stretch. We need to actually put strength, you know, in these bones. right, for them to grow, because it's a living tissue. Our bones are living tissue. So just because you had, you know, let's say family history of osteoporosis, which are some of the risks, right? Let's go into the risk. Women over 45 especially, you know, who have a family of osteoporosis, or smoke, or have low body weight, especially below 127 pounds, and you have those tiny little bones, right? Sorry, I'm recovering from a cold here. Drink alcohol regularly, or lead a sedentary lifestyle. Those are at risk, and especially women that are Caucasian and Asians. So think about it. Who are you these days? But are the only ways, the only risks of developing osteoporosis? No, there are several other risks, including, you know, a diet that is high in sugar and junk food, you know, soft drinks, artificial sugars, especially on the soft drinks, but also energy drinks and so many other, you know, foods that are available out there. Have an acidic kind of, you know, diet that is very high in meats and sugars and processed foods. You know, consume 3 more cups of coffee. Caffeine does have an impact on the bones. You know, have taken or are taking steroid medications, and there are several other medications as SSRIs and PPIs and things like that that impact, you know, the risk of degenerating this bone health. And also, you know, women who have a gastric or intestinal bypass and hysterectomy with ovary removal. So those are women at risk, regardless, you know, of genetic component and the lifestyle that they had in the nutrition or malnutrition at childhood. So this is a concern, right? Look, why do I care about this? Well, there's multiple reasons. One is my mom. You know, she's in terrible health. My mom has had osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. She has arthrosis on her knees and spine. My mom can barely move. Okay, when I start, you know, thinking about my health, you know, close to 9 years ago, and where I was gonna go, my mom was one of the main reasons I actually did a 180 degrees change in my life, because I think I do not want to be at my mom's level at her age. At the time, you know, she was in her 60s, already not doing well, because this bone degeneration and several other health issues were already in her late 50s. Although when I was a teenager, young, you know, I remember her having arthritis in her hands too. So this is in my genes, you know, and I says, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to lose my independence. I really don't. I don't know, you know, if I'm going to have a companionship, you know, when I'm older or not. I don't have kids today. I might never have kids. The thing is, I have to be healthy and independent and do the best I can to stay in those conditions, so I'm happy and I'm content. I guess that's the better word, you know, that I use. So, you know, today at this point, it's almost impossible for me to be able to help my mom. One, she's in Brazil. Two is, you know, her immobility is a problem. And let me tell you, she's under several medications and she's always complaining and pain. No, folks, I don't want to do that. I'm in a mission to prevent myself from getting to that stage, and I'm on a mission to help other women to do the same. You know, talking about men, although what I'm about to say in the program that I'm launching here is not for men at this point, but know that men also have the risk of osteoporosis. However, the onset is about 10 years later in their lives. And simply that's because of the hormones, okay? So, you know, what I'm here to tell you is that in the last, you know, month or so, although I've been thinking about this a while back, I started, you know, putting this program together that is for bone health. So I'm here, actually, it's my first official kind of talk about it, and I'm going to be starting promoting in it. And this bone health program is called Strong Bones for Life, and I'm super excited. It's going to be 16 sessions, 8 weeks, twice a week. I'm going to meet. We're going to meet live online, so you do not have to be with me. And the components of this program is absolutely insanely great, and at a very great price, I want to say, or investment, right? So 16 sessions, twice a week, 1 hour each session. There's going to be components of nutrition and lifestyle, about 10 to 15 minutes of this day, of these sessions, and then the remaining is going to be on exercise. and exercise focused on posture, flexibility, balance, and strength. And this is going to be awesome. I already have a few people sign up for it, but the official launch to the mass is going to be on September 3rd. August 29th, I'm going to have an orientation class. But what is even better is that for the first 40 people who sign up for this program, which was going to cost $297, are going to get $100 off for the first 40 people. Not only that, these 40 people are also going to be grandfathered into the program for $197 going forward, because I'm going to continue to launch. So this is a pilot program, right? So this pilot program, what I'm doing is this. I want your candid feedback, right? That's why you're also getting the discount. Probably not going to be this discount ever again for the value that you're going to get. Give me so candid feedback, and also be, a testimonial for the program, and encourage other people to join in the future too, if it is something that obviously you value as a great resource for you and help. But yeah, we're gonna have a Facebook group. We're gonna have accountability buddies. We're gonna have weekly themes, and obviously we're gonna have our sessions twice a week live. The only thing you need literally is a smartphone, a tablet, or a webcam, or that laptop with a webcam, because I'm going to be seeing you, you're going to be seeing me. I'm going to be more of an instructor in this program than anything else. So it's not a program for one-on-one, it's a group, right? So some people are actually electing to have a few sessions with me, one-on-one before or during, just to get them going if they have been in a sedentary lifestyle for a while. And there's going to be some requirements of equipment, obviously, because body weight is a great way for strength, but we also want to progress. And so I have some of these tools over here. I'm going to show you, the investment that are going to be. And maybe some of you already have all this stuff. But, we're going to have foam roller. We're going to have a half of a foam roller over here. We're going to have, a therapy ball. We're going to have bands, loops. We're going to have the regular bands, resistant bands, and I'm just sampling one of each over here. And we're going to have, some sets of dumbbells. So, this program is not for somebody who has had, a spinal arthritis, degenerative disc disease, or a spinal fracture, hip fracture, or even back and neck injuries. It's not for that, simply because I'm not going to be able to give one-on-one consultation, right? But if you are mobile, right? If you're active somewhere, even if you're sedentary, not moving much, okay, but you're doing the daily lifestyle, this is a program for you. If you're an active person who is doing, maybe exercising once or twice a week and have done some exercise with weights, great. And also, if you're semi-independent and you want to kick butt, get some kickback, get back into exercising. You used to be, used to exercise more in the past. This is a great way to get back for a very low cost, and then hopefully continue. But if you have some experience, you know your limitations, then you can grow, because I'll be demonstrating the movements and you can always adapt to yourself. For higher strength or speed and so on, okay? So I'm super excited about this program because the benefits are really immense. They are to increase your bone health, they're to increase your balance, flexibility, muscle strength, risk of the falls and fractures, obviously. We're gonna be actually working a lot of increasing your mindset and reducing the fears, because the fears really leads to stress in our body, and the stress impact our digestive system, and digestive system impact the health of our bones, right? And obviously this is a program that is going to help you maintain, bone strength or muscle strength, and continue going afterwards, not only during the time together. I'm putting out there, this is the first time I have the first 40, like I said, I think about 8 or 9 already taken for the 197. I put the link, I will put the link again, but register as soon as possible. We're going to have on August 29th a really orientation. And let me say, if you say, oh Maria, I can only do, Saturday classes, or I can only do, not all 16, that's okay. The classes are going to be recorded, and you're gonna have access of all the classes too. Okay, and then we're gonna have our group that is gonna keep you accountable as well. So don't worry about it if you're gonna miss a few sessions, The thing is having the accountability to do the exercises, and watch on your own, that's what is important. Look, I see there is a lot of programs out there, and when it comes to fitness and when it comes to nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people invest the money to buy those and to do on their own. The reality is what I hear the most, people who come to me for different reasons, from coaching for weight loss, for personal training, whatever it is the accountability, the guidance, and the knowledge, right? And that's what I'm here. So here you have an environment, a safe environment, for us to make progress, non-judgmental, for us to grow together and improve. And that's my goal of building and providing to you. And it's gonna be some fun too, look, spread the word. If you feel like this is not ideal for you, think about 1 or 2 people that you can send this link to. The link is strongbones4life.com, and you can register and get in for $197 or 2 payments of $136, I think. I think that it is $226. Yeah, whatever that is. And $163, and getting the discount, yes. Before it goes to normal price of $297, okay? So it's a fantastic deal, but it's not only about a deal, it's really something that we all need, especially women, and they're, 40s and up, and especially 45 and up. But if you have really been sedentary and have a poor nutrition for most of your life, you want to consider this too. Okay, because it's never too early or too late to take care of ourselves and our body. And also, there's other benefits besides the bone health, right? Because this type of program that I'm building is not only you're going to benefit from a bone and muscle strength and balance and flexibility, but it's going to help you prevent or even manage, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and several other diseases related to metabolic syndromes, and including, by the way, women with PCOS. They have a higher risk of bone density and osteoporosis as well, simply because of the hormonal imbalances. So anyway, super excited. I hope you spread the word. I hope you decide to join. And if this is not for you, send this link to somebody else. Most of us have somebody in our lives who are in need of accountability, knowledge, and a program of guidance to get them grow and be better and improve. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm passionate about. And just know that you're not alone on those things, right? There is a solution for improving bone health and reducing the risk of fractures and falling and all that kind of stuff. So take this step. This is a good one for you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.